Now the author is going to go on to mention the Adab-Handlungen, the manners of preparing for Jumu'ah. So he says, وَأَمَّا Adab-Handlungen فَالثَّمَانِيَةِ, they are 8. Al-awwalu al-ghuslu laha. First thing is that a person should make, these are recommended. Adabuha means that they're mustahab, meaning they're not essential, but they are recommended. Al-ghuslu, meaning to make a full body wash in the same that you'd make the way that you'd make any other ghusl when you're in the state of janaba. Then that's the same type of ghusl you're going to make for Jummah. But in this one, you're not removing a state. It is not obligatory. So one has to make sure that even if they make a ghusl for Jummah, that this ghusl will not be sufficient for a person's wudu, so they'll still have to make wudu after, because you're only making a recommended ghusl, and that a ghusl is not removing a state, so you have to make wudu after. And he says, وَهُوَ سُنَّةٌ عِنْدَ الْجَمْهُورِ, and it is considered a sunnah according to the majority of the other schools. وَمِن شُرُوتِهِ, also from the shurut of a ghusl, and it says, my bad, وَمِن شُرُوتِهِ, meaning from the shurut al-ghusl, meaning if you want to get the complete mustahab of the ghusl for the sake of Jummah, you have to fulfill these conditions. أَن يَكُونَ مُتَّصِلًا بِالرَّوَاحِ, meaning that your ghusl should precede your going directly to Jummah. So you shouldn't make ghusl, then go back to sleep, and then go to Jummah. You should be making your ghusl, then going directly to Jummah. So that's why it says, أَن يَكُونَ مُتَّصِلًا, meaning that the ghusl should be مُتَّصِلًا بِالرَّوَاحِ, meaning of it with his going. So he should be making ghusl and then on his way to Jummah. So it says, فَإِنِ اغْتَصَلَ, so based upon this, if a person were to make ghusl, وَاشْتَغَلَ بِغَدَاءٍ, and then he was to occupy himself with eating food or eating lunch or so on and so forth, أو نوم, or he was to go back to sleep, أعاد الغسل على المشهور, according to the mashhur opinion, it's requested, he's requested to repeat that ghusl, meaning that it's mustahab, not obligatory. الثاني, the second thing that he mentions from the 8 adab, is as-siwak, using the siwak yawm al-Jumu'ah when making wudu for Jummah, to use the siwak. الثالث حلق الشعر, yani to shave, for example, to shave the pubic, to shave or pluck the pubic hairs, or shave the underarm hairs, all of that is considered mustahab. الرابع, the fourth one, تقليم الأظافر, clipping the nails, yawm al-Jumu'ah, is also considered mustahab. الخامس تجنب ما يتولد منه الرائحة, to avoid those things in which الرائحة الكريهة, to avoid those things in which bring about bad smell. So eating onions, eating garlic, anything heavy that would have an effect on a person's scent when going to Jummah should be avoided. السادس التجمل بالثياب الحسنة, to wear the thobes that are, for a person to wear a nice thobe, so he should iron out his thobe and wear a nice clean thobe to Jummah. So at-tajammul, meaning to beautify with a nice thobe, this obviously refers to men and not women, simply because women are not supposed to beautify when coming out of their houses in the first place. As-sabi'u at-tatayyubu laha, to wear nice scent, perfume. Once again, that refers to men and not to women. At-tatayyubu laha, since women are prohibited from exiting their house with any type of perfume. So in terms of men, they should wear perfume when going to the Jummah congregation. At-thaminu al-mashyu laha duna al-rukubi illa li'udrin yamna'uhu min dhalik. Also, from the things that are recommended is to walk to the Jumu'ah, not to ride an animal or not to take a car, except for difficulty, except for a person who has an excuse. For example, people who have to go to work or people who live far, but people who live close to the masjid, it's better for them to walk to the Jumu'ah. So if we look at the adab, we see that most of them are tied to having a good look when you're going to the masjid, trimming your nails, being clean, wearing a nice thobe, wearing perfume. And so indirectly it's a way of honoring the day of Jummah, that a person should be, take the time to have his stuff ironed out properly and to look neatly and properly dressed when going to the Jummah. And so that is the end of the list of the 8 things that a person should try his utmost to be in the habit of doing in order to, be thankful and to praise the day of Yawmul Jummah. Inshallah tabarak wa ta'ala.